you afraid of the dark?
There are certain books that aren't exactly listed in great detail on Amazon. These weird and mysterious works often have unknown authors and describe forgotten histories or strange and fantastical worlds. There are some books that are so mysterious that no one has ever been able to read them. Here we present top 3 mysterious books. Number 1, the Codex Gigas. This huge book dates to the 13th century Czech Republic. According to some rumors, it contains all knowledge, including exorcism rituals and a drawing of the devil. Some call it the Devil's Bible. Legend tells of its creation at the hands of monk who sinned grievously. In order to prevent the punishment of being walled up alive, he promised to write down all human knowledge in one night. Finding himself overwhelmed and unable to complete the task, he bargained with the devil, his soul, for the finished book. The Devil's Bible contains the books of the Latin Bible but also spells, incantations, exorcism prayers and images of the devil and the kingdom of heaven. There are pages missing, which was brilliant as the search for the pages became a key part of the story that merged art history with religion, both passions of mine. The Codex Gigas weighs 165 pounds and each of its 620 pages are almost 3 feet long. The book survived theft from Prague and being thrown from a window to save it from a fire. Maybe it has a touch of the infernal about it. Number 2, the Book of Soiga. No one knows where the Book of Soiga comes from, but John Dee, the astronomer and advisor to Queen Elizabeth I, owned a copy. His occult credentials once saw him depicted in a painting surrounded by skulls. The book disappeared in the early 17th century after Dee died, but 2 copies appeared in 1994. Both were in library catalogues, in the British Library and the Bodleian Library in Oxford. They weren't hidden. Librarians had entered them under a different name. Also known as the Book That Kills and Aldarea, Dee used mediums to decode the Latin magical book. No one understands its contents, a strange mix of incantations, astrology and demonology. Scholar Jim Reeds points out that many magical books spell words backwards. Soiga becomes Agios, the Greek word for holy. It probably held so much meaning for Dee since it features a genealogy of angels, who Dee kept trying to contact. The indecipherable letters at the end of the book most confuse modern scholars. Dee claimed only the Archangel Michael could interpret the book. Perhaps the letters are for his eyes only. Number 3, the Rohank Codex. No one knows who wrote this illustrated manuscript or when. Written in an unknown language, it appeared in the early 19th century in Hungary. Some think it's an 18th century hoax due to its unconventional writing system. Studies of the codex think the paper dates to 1530s Venice. But there's no guarantee the author wrote the book at the same time. Both the text and the illustrations in the codex defy translation. It's one of the most mysterious occult books on this list. Some scholars think the text looks like Hungarian runes. One attempt came close to translation, and if correct, the book is religious.
Like, share, subscribe for more such video and hit the bell icon to get regular updates.